Hello, 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 hello. And welcome to the midweek with the Biz Hub. I'm excited today. I am so excited today because I have two special guests here today. And to me, both of them are so special. But I have my nephew with me today, which is Cameron Field. And I have my daughter's best friend here with me today. And so I just collected her as one of my daughters. So, and I have Miss Tiffany here with me today. And I'm telling you, everything that we're going to do today is going to jumpstart you into where you want to go. So my co-host is all the week is Deborah Glass, who is she's over our entrepreneur ministry at the TDC Vision Center. She's also over the entrepreneur ministry at the Greater Grace Church. She's an author, she's a mom, she's a grandma. Come on, and she's an inventor herself. So Miss Deborah's out there doing everything. But this is the month that we're doing branding, and we're also celebrating the women, the national women, amen, that's in business who are out there doing something. I mean, not out there playing, but kicking it and really doing something. And what I should say is that Miss Tiffany also is a judge. So she's not out there just playing around. This woman got it going on. She is not just out there saying stuff, but she's actually putting her movement into action. And she's out there making it happen and letting us know that if you're a woman, that you can thrive and you can also do what you need to do. So my nephew is here telling us women how we can brand ourselves. Okay. We got a man on here to tell us how we can get ourselves out there on Facebook and any place else that we want to go. But we got to learn how to brand ourselves. So Deborah is going to introduce Tiffany this morning for us, and we're going to get started on where we're at today.
Well, I am excited to introduce Tiffany because I actually kind of watched her progress and go from a vision, a dream, or what she felt God had placed in her heart to actually now seeing it come to fruition. So Tiffany is the founder and the CEO of Admiral Products and certified woman-owned minority business. Her company manufactures natural skincare products, and she was successfully pitched on Shark Tank. How about that? She actually made it on Shark Tank and made it to where her product is now in Walmart's, and I'm just excited to have her talk about it. She's a mother of two, and that's Taylor and Evan, and I kind of would just like for her to share her story because no one can tell it better than she can as to how her journey, where her journey started and how she got to where she's at today. So everybody help me welcome Tiffany.
Yay.
Awesome. Amen. Thank you so much for having me on. It is truly an honor, a privilege, and a blessing to join you guys this afternoon and allowing me the opportunity to share my story. And as I was saying earlier, it has been an absolutely amazing and incredible journey. And I give God all the glory, honor, and praise for it because without him, none of this would have ever happened. And so my journey to entrepreneurship, and I want to encourage others who may be questioning about going into business and things like that, because I was not one of those people that as a child said, I'm going to grow up and have a skincare line. No, my business was started as a result of a need. My daughter, Taylor, was born with eczema, and I was a mom simply looking for natural ways to cure her skin, not wanting to resort to pharmacy or to drugs or chemicals or anything that would harm her in some way. And I literally began in my kitchen mixing concoctions to cure her eczema. And I thank God because they worked. I would then give them out to people like my best friend Artina and other friends and family, just as birthday gifts, Christmas gifts, things like that. And never again thinking it would be a business. And later on, I fell on hard times. I lost my job, lost my home, lost everything. And I literally went from presiding over unemployment hearings to collecting an unemployment check. I was at that point where it's like, okay, God, where do we go from here? Now what? You know, I've lost everything. I can't get another job. It seems to save my life. So what do we do? And it was at that time that my brother who's so awesome and amazing. His name is Art Cartwright. He's the founder of Global Empowerment Ministries. He was on the radio and he was talking to people out there, and he was like, he said, you know, that book that's inside of you, that invention you've been working on, he said, those recipes that were given to you by your mother, your grandmother, your auntie, he said, that's a business that you're sitting on. And he said, and God didn't give you that just for you to sit on it. He gave you that so you could share it with the world. I am literally in the car and I'm like, man, he is talking to me. That's when the bells and whistles went off. And I thought, you know what? He's talking to me. And if these products work so well for my friends and family, and they help my daughter, how many other moms out there have children who are suffering from eczema? How many grandmoms or other caregivers could use a great product on their skin? And so that's when I decided to dust off those formulations. He offered a free class to teach you how to start your business. So I went, paid the $50 filing fee. I started a corporation. And then he announced, he said, hey, Shark Tank is coming to Detroit. And this is a great opportunity for you to go and pitch your product. I thought, really? Okay, hey, let's go for it. Because again, what do you have to lose?
Right.
Why not go for it?
Right.
I went right down to Tech Town, Detroit. I had my daughter Taylor with me and my son. And this is the same daughter that was the whole reason why I started the business in the first place. And so thankfully, they liked the product, they sampled it, and we got a yes. And so I'm in the queue. I haven't gone to LA yet, but I'm in the queue and hoping to actually take it to LA to talk to the entire team. So that was a great blessing. And then later that same year, this was 2018, he announced that Walmart has a program. It's called Open Call. That Open Call is an opportunity for anybody and everybody in the country who has a Made in America product to travel to their headquarters in Bentonville, Arkansas, and actually pitch your product. So once again, my son, my mom, and I, we jump in the hoopty, we drive down to Bentonville, Arkansas, and actually pitch the product to the buyers there. And thankfully, I was able to have successful buyer meetings and get the opportunity to launch the product in Walmart stores.
Awesome.
And so it's been very, very, very exciting. I'm so glad that he made the announcement, and thankful for being able to kind of take that leap of faith, if you will, to step out and go for it. Because being in Walmart has opened up other doors. It is going to be launching in Meyer at the corner market right on 13 and Woodward. And you guys will hear more because I'll definitely be doing a launch party, as I always do, inviting everybody to come out and support. And also I've had successful meetings with Target as well, and was selected as one of 42 companies, Black-owned companies throughout the entire country. They selected my company to go through a training program with Target that consisted of them pouring into us a wealth of information about having your products on store shelves, as well as the opportunity to meet with other Black suppliers that are currently with Target, and also to meet with those wonderful buyers who are the ones who are the decision makers in terms of getting your product on the shelf. And so I'm very excited about launching online very, very soon. The launch date for my product category has passed. As you guys know, in retail, they plan everything out so far ahead of time, but God willing, we'll be launching in stores January 2022. So very, very super exciting, wonderful, awesome journey. To God be all the glory.
Amen. That's so awesome.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so now I didn't break mine downstairs, but you need to tell us at least, because I know you have at least 4 different types. So I didn't bring my 2 downstairs. So
That's okay.
That's why I look so beautiful, because I'm doing 22 for the 4th time, but I'm using her products. Hello, somebody.
Some of that.
Thank you so much. Yeah, no, thank you. I truly, truly appreciate it. You know, there is nothing more rewarding and fulfilling than having, you know, people who use the product talk about the benefits. I tell people all the time, I can come and hail the praises from here to eternity, but you know, when I get no credibility because it's my baby, you know, I'm the owner. But when other people say it and they talk about the results, that is what's absolutely life-changing. So I really, really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you. Absolutely. And as you said, so there are actually 7. And what's wonderful is that my products are made with actual ingredients that you'll find in your kitchen. So I have sugar scrubs, and they really are made with sugar.
It's really
I don't add any preservatives or things like that to them. I use essential oils in them. And what's wonderful is that they exfoliate and they moisturize at the same time. So it's like everything in a jar. You can use them in the shower or the bath. And people often say, well, what's your best one? What's your favorite? And I tell people that's like asking a mom to choose between her children, okay? They're all wonderful and amazing, and they serve very different purposes. So the peppermint eucalyptus is a foot scrub, and it is designed for those heels. Is designed to get rid of the ashiness, get rid of the dryness, make those feet nice and soft and supple as we prepare to put our sandals back on here in Michigan, right? So it's infused with peppermint and eucalyptus essential oils. I also have a citrus one. That's a wake me up in the morning. It smells absolutely amazing. It exfoliates and moisturizes at the same time. There's also coffee. And I tell people say coffee. I'm like, yes, coffee. Coffee is one of nature's best kept secrets. And I tell people who are coffee drinkers, coffee wakes up your skin cells the same way that it wakes you up and gives you that pick me up in the morning. Wow. So what works on the inside works on the outside. It's an amazing, awesome scrub. It's also been used to treat cellulite, stretch marks, and wrinkles. Now,
I didn't know that.
Hello.
I need all of that.
Talk about benefits. We all need all of that. So yeah, so it's very, very different, but it's very, very effective. The brown sugar one is the one that Walmart selected right off the rip. It's a beautiful brown sugar body scrub. Brown sugar is another great exfoliant for our skin. And let me just backtrack because I'm a firm believer. As you can tell that everything we need for our temples, I believe that God gave it to us in his wonderful creation. So I am totally a believer in when it comes to diet and everything, just using what we can grow from the ground, using natural products because they really, really do work. And I think they work better than anything you can pay thousands of dollars for on the market. So that's why I decided to have a natural skincare line. Lavender essential oils. Lavender has been known for a calming, relaxing effect. And so I have a lavender body scrub that's perfect for bedtime. And I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't a big fan of lavender at all, but it's not about what I like. It's about what customers want and need. And my customers absolutely love the lavender. They love it. If they go to sleep, they can still smell the lavender essential oils. It penetrates the skin, and it really, really is very relaxing, a great way to decompress at the end of a long, hard day. So there's also, and also before I forget too, there's mango and then there's strawberry. Those are wonderful, fresh, fruity fragrances, which again are perfect as we head into spring and summer when you want to go out and you want to make sure that skin is glistening, but you want to have the smell good as well. They are absolutely wonderful and perfect for that. So yeah, so that's the skincare line in a nutshell. They're all awesome and amazing, and they all work in a fabulous way on your skin.
Wow.
I
want all of it. I want all of it right now.
Awesome.
They're so this is so exciting because I can remember when you first started launching your baby, and it's it has been exciting to see the growth, exciting to see the different change because when you started getting into Walmart, you had to change your whole packaging altogether and stuff. And I saw the difference in the change, and I saw the difference in the products and everything because even the products changed and got better from the time that you have started out. So I'm seeing that. I'm seeing the growth. I'm seeing the difference in that and how along the way, how we have to sometimes improve what we already have. It doesn't mean because we have to do things to put them on the shelf or get with those big box companies. It doesn't mean that because we have to change something, it doesn't mean that it's not still a better product or it's probably better because they know what their customers want and need. So, don't be so stuck on not changing and stuck on. I see how you've been flexible. You've been doing that. And you've been out there, girl. You've been on Facebook. You've been texting. You've been doing this. You've been having lunch parties. And I said, man, I can't go to nobody today. Lord have mercy. I want to be there, and I'll say hi out or I put it on Facebook. But we got to learn to support each other no matter what. And I remember when you got into Walmart and you put that text out to families and friends, okay, I need y'all to go online and buy this product right now. And I went online and I felt like I said, okay, I shouldn't have bought just one. Let me go back and buy another one. So I went back online and bought another one. Then I called my daughter. I said, okay, I'll pay for it. You just buy it online with yours. I'm gonna cash app you so you can at least have an order in. And so
Yes.
I got excited because it was like me seeing my daughter putting stuff out there, and somebody who I know that's prayerful, that's really been working hard
Mm.
and doing it and showing up. See, my thing is that if you show up,
That's right.
if you
That's right.
just show up, if you just
That's
put the
right.
work in and you just show up, God will do the rest. He
Mm,
just needs you to be faithful and showing up. And I think that's what most ladies and most of us need to know, is that the showing up is the hardest part. Not because you want to lay in that bed. You want to say, well, ain't nobody go buy nothing today. But showing up, you never know who is going to buy. You never know. And maybe somebody not's going to buy, but maybe somebody will come by and give you an encouraging word or something to keep you going on. I remember we went to the store. I went to Eastland Mall a couple of, about a week ago. And a lady just opened up a new candle shop there. And every time we go and we see it open, and see, that's another thing. When we get it, stay open, because you never know who's going to come by and buy something. And we end up spending probably about $60 or $70 in that store that day. And when we came back and done what we was going to do, we come back, she closing up. And I'm going, my God, you made $60 and you close up because you made $60. You should stay open. Somebody else may come along and see you. We cannot shut down. We got to remain open, even if nobody come. I know when I
that's
was at the pizza place all day long, and just when it was about to close down time, I was still working real slow because that person may come in the door, and usually just before I close, that person will come in the door and spend $100, and I'm going, oh,
right.
thank you, Jesus, made $100 today. Hey, I can come back and open up tomorrow. So we got to remember, it doesn't matter whether you don't sell anything today, there's always tomorrow.
That's
Always
right.
tomorrow. You just keep what? Showing up. Somebody gonna show up too. If they see you being consistent and showing up, then guess what? They'll show up and buy too. I'm telling you, it works.
You're
It
right.
works. It don't
Mhm.
it, Miss Deborah.
It
Yep,
works.
it
Deborah
does.
know, Deborah know it works. It really works. And so we just got to learn to show up. Now, this is one of the things again I'm going to ask you, and then and Deborah got a question. I'm gonna let Deborah ask you the question. So you said that your brother has a business class that he does and that he teach. Okay, so give me a little format of what he does. What your brother do for business class, because it may be somebody on here. I don't know if he's having it online now or he's back having them at
He's in
church.
person. Yes.
and
Hmm.
and so, but that I think is an excellent course and everything for you to go through. And he also teaches you, he also have another course that teaches you how to get your stuff in the big stores. So Tiffany, tell us a little about that.
Absolutely. So again, his name is Art Curry. It's Global Empowerment Ministries. He's on the radio too every Sunday at 9 a.m. on 99.9. But what he does is, and God just laid upon his heart to help people in the community become business owners, because it's been an area that for so long we really haven't been able to partake of. And what's really wonderful is that not only does he teach people how to have their own business, but he starts with the why. And that's what's most important. We talk about, Lord, bless me, bless my family. And we talk about a prosperity message and things like that. When the real key is that the way that you get there is through ownership, through having your own, and it's from having a why. And so not only does he teach us the how, but he teaches us the why. We learn about how right now where we lead the nation when it comes to poverty and unemployment, incarceration, recidivism. And how do we change that? We change that through starting and growing businesses and being in a position to give jobs out to people so that they can sustain themselves and sustain their families. And so he's doing that on a regular basis. They have a free class on Tuesdays at 6 to teach you how to incorporate your business. He talks about certification, how you can get your business certified as a woman-owned or minority-owned business. He always shares grant information about grants that are out there that you can get to help your business. Saturday at 11:30, there's a free Q&A session where you can come and ask all of your questions related to business. If you get stuck, if you don't understand something, if you have a question, it's absolutely free. You show up for the Q&A, and he's just there. And he will not leave until the very last person has asked their question, which I absolutely love about him. He has helped thousands of people start and grow businesses. I'm going to tell you something. When you see someone that you know first came through the door and maybe they were homeless and sleeping in their car, and that person comes in and they start a business, and the next thing you know, they're knowing how to source products from overseas, and they're going up to gas stations and to the various stores pitching their products in that, and suddenly, and then they get to the point where they got their family and the kids and grandkids working with them. That's a beautiful sight. And so I just thank God, because everything that I know about getting into stores, retail, the whole nine, having a product, I learned it there at Global Empowerment. And I'm happy to share the address for those of, who are viewing or listening, who might want to go out and visit. It's every Tuesday at 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock if you want to start the business. He does 2 meetings on Sunday, 11 o'clock and 1:30. He does a Bible study for entrepreneurs, which is absolutely amazing and incredible. That's every Thursday at 7 o'clock. And everything is open and they're all absolutely free. And all the meetings take place at 17910 Van Dyke in Detroit, between 6 and 7 Mile, right on Van Dyke. And again, they're open. Anybody and everybody can come. And when I say it's absolutely life-changing, I am a walking testimony that it has truly, truly been life-changing. Someone asked me on one of these other podcasts, they said, if it wasn't for your business, what would you be doing right now? I was totally taken aback. I really had to wrap my brain around that one, because I cannot imagine where my life would be right now had I not been able to start and grow my business. And so, and just show up. It's funny you say that. That is what he says every time. Just show up. Just show up. We have that ingrained in our souls to just show up, because you've got to give God something to work with. And so that's what it's all about. And being blessed to be a blessing. My brother always says, when God opened the door for me, I didn't let it close behind me. He said, I put my foot in that door and I'm holding that door open for as many as will come behind me, so I can bring as many over as you want. I am in turn doing the same thing. It was given to me for free. And so I have my foot in that door. And I quote our vice president all the time, where, I may be the first Black female that people may see that has products on big box retail shelves, but I'm just believing God, I certainly will not be the last. Amen. Because that's why he opened the door. And it was never about me. Amen. It's never about us. We have to know it's never about us. It's not me, my four, no more. It's not about the twos and fews. You can't bless the least of these if you don't have anything to bless them with. But when God gives you that information, that knowledge, we have to use it to help and to share and impart that information with others. So, amen. I don't mean to preach.
No, that's a good one. That's a good one. So, my nephew has he's been in the hair business. My nephew's been in all kind of business, but in the hair business, that's where he really made his money, in the hair business. And he was actually one of the first ones that came out with actually doing hair online and selling hair online. And he took that business to a $1 million business and stuff, and know how to market and know how to put things out there. I'm so proud to be his aunt, his favorite aunt. Amen. I'm so proud to be his aunt, because he's out there, he's doing something. He's a young man that's out there doing things. He didn't let anything grow. If he don't know it, he's going to learn it, and he's going to have it, and he's going to do it. And he's always been telling his auntie, you need to do this, you need to do it this way, you need to do it this way. And so I'm finally, at the age of 22, for the fourth time, listening at what he's trying to be putting on me for these years. So Cameron, I want you to tell the ladies and tell us how, I know Tiffany have done some things, and I want you to tell the ladies and everything, how can they get themselves, and how can they get out there, and how can they start getting out there and market themselves and branding themselves in this season.
Okay, awesome. Well, first of all, thank you, Aunt. This is awesome. I'm so happy that you're doing this. I think it's definitely needed. But when it comes to, well, before I answer that question, let me just kind of tell my story a little bit, so that, the viewers can know who I am and what I've accomplished. back in actually, I've always been into like entrepreneur. I mean, that's in my blood. I mean, since I was young, even in the first grade, I was selling stuff. So, I mean, I always had that in me, that drive to try to, make my own dollar. And so, throughout my whole life, I started businesses here, businesses there. And one thing that I realized, and this was like back in 2010, is that marketing is everything. It's like the heart to, like your heart, right? The heart stops, you die. Same thing with a business. The marketing is the heart that pumps revenue in your business. And so when I realized that was the case, I wanted to learn how to market. And so I end up taking courses. I end up investing in myself. I end up, learning how to really truly build a company and market it and get it out there to the people. Because one thing where most people fail when they start a business is they have a product, they have a great idea, but that idea ends up dying with them because they don't know how to put it out there. And so you have to really understand the marketing, like I said, is the heart. And so back in 2010, I ended up taking courses. And so I learned how to market, and so I was able to generate revenue, and I was actually like an affiliate marketer. So I was marketing for other people, companies and stuff like that. And it just wasn't something I felt like I was supposed to do. I felt like God was really pushing me to do my own thing. So it was like 2011. I said, all right, I have an idea, and so the idea was to sell like hair extensions, but allow other people to sell hair extensions as well. And I'm like the hub. So I'm like the main distributor. They're just an affiliate, and they was paying a monthly fee. And so I said, let me see if this can work. And at the time, there was nothing out there. If there was, it was not really that popular. And so I kind of told a couple people, and they was like, I don't know about that. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. So I knew how to put the word out there. Me and a couple of other guys had came together. We created this program called House of Beautiful Hair, and launched that in May 2012. By May 2013, we already grossed $1.4 million. And so we knew that the concept was something that was going to catch. And so, but really, honestly, the marketing was the key, And so anyone who has a business, you have to understand a couple of things. Number one, you have to understand your customer. A lot of times what business owners do is they go out, they find a product, and they try to force it on people. And sometimes it's not that easy to force it on people if you don't know how to communicate with that niche, right? And so like Tiffany, she created her product out of a need, right? And so there was already a market. She understood the pain point. She understood what she had. So that was easier for her to probably, put it out there. But most times when you have a service or you have a product, you have to identify who is your audience. What are their pain points? What are their fears? What are their frustrations? And then you could kind of come up with the messaging. And so when it comes to, doing your marketing, that's step number one. You have to understand who is your audience, who is going to buy your product, what benefits your product has. And then now you can put it out there to the people. And so we live in an age now to where it's easy to really hit a button and get in front of your ideal audience with Facebook, Instagram, YouTube ads. I mean, it's so much out there. But the key thing is you have to identify who is your avatar or who is your ideal customer. Hold on, I just got to take a. But marketing is definitely the key. I mean, it's just, like I said, it's just putting together the right message to the right market on the right medium. And if you have those three things down pat, I mean, it's just sky's the limit.
So what is the best marketing tool that we can use? Is it Facebook or what is the best thing that we can do? Is Facebook a good place to do our marketing on, or do we just need to try to do a billboard or something? What is it?
Definitely not billboards. Not against billboards. I mean, the reason why I say that is this. One thing about, doing digital marketing is that you can test really quick, right? Like I tell my clients all the time, We're going to spend the most money fast so that we can know what's working and what's not. So if you have traditional marketing like your billboards, your magazines, you're going to pay that company one time. And if that message is not resonating with no one, then it's up there, right? You spent $5,000 or $6,000 to put that message out there, but it's not really resonating. One thing about Facebook or any digital platform is that you can actually, spend $60, $100, and we can look at the data and say, nope, this is not it. And then we can turn it off and turn another ad on that has a different messaging. Maybe we can tweak our market, So when it comes to, what platform, that's, I would say Facebook is definitely a great place because of the capability as far as being able to target, because they're very good at that. However, they are going through some changes with the new iOS update with the iPhones. So, I mean, it's a little rocky now, but I definitely would say Facebook is your best bet.
Okay. So is it very expensive or is it modern? So how expensive is it to advertise on Facebook?
It's really up to you, right? I mean, I've had clients that spend $500 a month, $5 a day, on certain things. But once again, it all boils down to the data, right? And so what I mean by data is, Facebook is very powerful. It knows everything about you. It's super powerful. So you can start, like I said, with $5 a day. However, to get that data, it's going to take you longer. If someone is spending $100 a day, then you're going to get that data quicker, and you can kind of hone in, and you can get to the right message to the right market and start to get some conversions, meaning get sales. So it's basically up to you as far as what you want to spend.
So it's your budget. It's basically what your budget will be to do it. And what I found out years ago, I read this article, and it's just it stuck with me for years. And it says that most people advertise that they're going out of business, but they never advertise that they are in business. And that is so true. We'll stick an advertising sign out there, or we'll stick a little bulletin out there and say we're going out of business. But what did you do when you was in business to let people know that you were doing business? And sometimes we're afraid to talk. And if you're afraid to talk about your business, then you're afraid to talk about you, because you're the one that's going to represent your business and going to be out there and talk to people about your business. And so I found out that advertising is a good way, is when you don't know what to say, is to advertise and they'll say it for you. And bring people through the door to get what you need to do. I remember years ago when our first business I went into was a daycare center, and one of my parents was a radio personality, and then one of the biggest radio personality in Alabama. So every morning he will call me early in the morning and ask what his son is doing. That was free advertising, and it was so funny because he would do that every morning. And then the owner said, okay, you need to start buying some ads, because every morning you on, so you need to start buying some ads. So then we put together an ad. But I'm telling you, I went out of business and I closed the daycare center up. And a lady walked to me about a year later. She said, man, I enjoy y'all so much in the morning time. I had not been on the radio in an hour. And I mean a whole year. But she kept hearing that little jingle and stuff and thought that, okay, they're still on. So the thing is that advertising is a key to your business. You got to have advertising. You got to be out there and do your advertising. Now, Tiffany, I know that you're out there all the time. You're on Facebook. You're out there in Walmart, in the